Well, hello there. It's that time again. Yes, it is. It is time for our weekly tarot/astrology blog here on April the 15th of 2018. So, as usual, I'm going to look at some major arcana from the Tarot de Marseille, look at some minor cards as well to give us a little bit of practical advice, and check out the astrological scene, which is pretty busy this week. So do stay tuned. It is going to be interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right down to it. The major arcana are going to come on the screen in a moment and cover my face. And the cards that we have here are the Sun, the Devil, and Strength. I cheat a little bit. I keep him here beside me in case I have a brain fart. That's right. So, the Sun card, we have two playing children, two happy companions. The sun is shining down upon them. Just a wonderful scene of conviviality, partnership, and vibrant solar power. And then we have an inversion. We have in the Devil the two figures chained up to a pedestal upon which stands the Devil, and he stands upon what looks like a big yellow object, kind of like the sun, but now it's beneath him. So it's kind of like an inversion of the natural order. I see this as selfishness. I see this as getting bound to our lower selves, to our lower attitudes, to negative energy that we don't really want or need. So what we do is like the lady in Strength, we just don't get caught up in that. We resolutely grab our lion, and our lion may be a problem, a challenge, a difficulty that we're facing this week, and we just take it by the jaws, and we just either open or close it. We deal with it, and we focus on the future. Okay, so that's not a bad reading. We give some practical advice, and we get even more advice when we take a look at the minor arcana. That's right, the two minor arcana cards that I pulled for this week are the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. Now, I always pull minor arcana because it tends to give some more practical advice. It shows you how to ground the energies in the major arcana and how to really put them to use. So your Eight of Swords is negative mentality. 8 is a number of the mind. The swords are analysis. The swords are, at times, negativity, tearing things down. So what we want to do is be, of course, on the lookout for that, and we want to reduce that. We want to go ahead and focus on what is positive in our lives, what we're trying to do. That's the significance of going from the Eight of Swords to the Three of Swords. Okay? It's gradually grounding these changes, gradually getting rid of things that are not working for us. We don't have to do something radical. It can be a more gradual or controlled process. And we're also going to see how that fits in as we look at the astrology. Yes, the astrology scene is interesting. Now at this point, we are on this day of Sunday, the 15th of April, having a new moon tonight. Okay? That's going to be, I think, 9:57 p.m., something like that, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Mercury has gone direct. That's the big thing. Mercury went direct this morning at 5:21 a.m. Okay, so we're out of the retrograde. Yay! All finished with that. So we get more clarity. We can get more positive energy. That's another reason, too, we see a reduction from the Eight of Swords to the Three of Swords. There's less of that fogginess, negativity, less issues going on around us that we have to deal with. Now, I told you it's busy this week. We got some pretty interesting things coming up astrologically. I got to put my glasses on. Yep, Bob puts on his reading glasses and grabs his book. My Jim Maynard's Pocket Astrologer here. Yep. We'll go ahead. Too much to remember. I don't like to really write out notes. Let me look at this, okay? So, tomorrow we have, or excuse me, I'm sorry. On Tuesday we have, for one thing, the moon trining Mars. Now this is good. Anytime you have the moon making a favorable aspect, and a trine is a very favorable aspect to a planet on the day in which it rules, that's a good time to work with that planet. Mars is good for self-defense. Mars is good for energy. If you need more aggression, more assertiveness in your life, Mars is very good for that. Also on that day, we have the planet Saturn going retrograde. Yeah, Saturn goes retrograde, and it'll be retrograde for a while. I didn't even bother looking it up. That's such a slow-moving planet. That goes for months. Okay, it goes for a long time. Then on Wednesday, now we have a really good aspect. This one I'm definitely going to take advantage of. We have the moon going sextile to Mercury. That's going to be at 4:57 p.m. Again, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That's great. That's good for healing. That's good for overall magic. It's good for our mentality, anything you want to do, for your mentality, for learning, personal growth. Excellent, 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 excellent aspect to work with. And then the sun is going to enter Taurus the following day. On Thursday, sun enters Taurus. And then on Friday, on the 20th, I've got the moon sextile the sun at 11:16 a.m. Nice. That's a nice aspect. Anytime the moon is sextile the sun or in favorable aspect with the sun, that's good for healing work. Okay? That's good for a lot of different magic you may want to do. It'll give it that little bit of extra boost. And then if I look at, let's see, I know there's one more thing I wanted to see. Okay, looking at next Sunday, a week from today, we're going to have Pluto going retrograde. So we're getting a retrograde party going here, okay? Pluto is going to go retrograde. All right, and yeah, that is it. That is it for what I wanted to go over for the astrology. So we have a bit of a busy week ahead of us, some good things. The moon is going to be waxing. This is cool. See, the moon is going to be getting stronger. So this magic that you do, you don't have to emphasize banishing stuff. You can work on attracting, bringing things in that you want to have. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, well there you go. The blog did its thing. As I say, the blog blazed. We've done the blog here. I appreciate your support very much. I really do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until I see you next week, many, many blessings.